What's going on, guys? It is Revoke here, bringing you guys another Call of Duty video. And today in this video, this is a bit different than what I normally do with my videos, but this is more of an update video with the release of Modern Warfare 2 and, some of the thoughts that I've been seeing over Twitter and on YouTube the past weekish, I believe it's been. Week and a half. Just kind of keeping you guys in the loop, and yeah, so most of this stuff that I've seen has come from Ink Slasher or Espresso. Their links will be down below, and I'll put them up on the screen right now. And yeah, so if you guys do want more in-depth of what these things are, if you guys just go check out their channel, there's a lot more in-depth analysis of each one of these things, where this is kind of just going to be covering them and seeing what they are. Making sure you guys know what they are without, going into all the technical talk. And if you guys do want to see me go into the technical talk with all of these different things, then yeah, just drop a follow and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. I'm the most active on Twitter, other than obviously YouTube, and I'm gonna start streaming again. I just got affiliated on Twitch, so we're gonna be hopping into streams over there. And yeah, with all that being said, let's get right on into the video. Okay, so the first thing we're going to cover is we're going to cover raids. Now, this is the newest thing that I just saw. I already just watched a video on it like half an hour ago about from Espresso, and it was saying that the raids are going to be like the campaign, but they're going to be 3v3, or they're going to be 3-person, not 3v3, sorry, 3-person, and you're going to basically do missions, like campaign missions, that weren't previously in the original solid campaign. They're going to be separate missions that are going to tie into the campaign. So it's going to be like DLC campaign is how Espresso described it, and I think that's a really good description of it, is DLC campaign. And it's going to be like the kind of like the Black Ops 3 campaign, if you guys remember that, where you could get 4 of your friends and you guys could play the campaign together, which I thought was really cool. And I wish that, all these other Call of Duty games did that as well, because I would have loved to hop in there with some of my friends. And I think it makes the campaign a lot more enjoyable for a lot more people. So yeah, that's the first thing. Like I said, I'm not going to go too in depth about when it's coming out, when it's doing this, but they said it should be around season 1 or season 2. So it's going to be somewhere in that. It's not going to be out at launch, but it will be out shortly after. Okay, so the second thing I'm going to talk about here is having to do with Warzone 2. And with Warzone 2, in the beta and the pre-build that we saw at COD Next and with everyone else, it was... Like I said, it was an alpha version, so it wasn't, the finished game. Of course, they were doing a lot more to it, but one thing that we didn't see then was loadout drops. And from a tweet, I forget the leaker's name off the top of my head, but Espresso showed it as well, is they are thinking that loadout drops are going to be coming back, as well as... in that alpha build of Warzone 2, we saw a lot of AIs just running around like all over the place. Like you could be popping a UAV and you could be thinking you're about to go fight someone, and it just be 4 AIs or 3 AIs or whatever, just in this little circle in a field in the middle of nowhere. But now with this new build coming, the full launch build, it's just going to be strongholds like it was in Warzone 1. And I think that's amazing, because Warzone 1 honestly was a really good game. I think the maps obviously need to be changed, because I hate Caldera with all my heart. There's too many big hills and too many just like bushes and things like that you just can't see through. So I think with Caldera being gone, with some map changes, with some graphics changes, obviously with it being on its own engine, and yeah, a couple other things would make Warzone an amazing game. So I'm really looking forward to Warzone 2 to see how it comes. I hope they don't change anything like with the movement, the slide canceling, but at least in Warzone. In multiplayer, I understand that because it's multiplayer, right? You want to give it that traditional Call of Duty experience. But with Warzone being its own thing, I think Warzone movement and slide canceling is just something that needs to be in Warzone in order to make it Warzone, right? Because like a lot of people have talked about, is Warzone is in an identity crisis with the new Warzone 2, with that alpha build that we saw. So yeah, that's number 2, and we will move on to number 3. Okay, so number 3, it's again, this is to do with multiplayer, and this is also to do with what I just touched on with slide canceling. As much as I missed slide canceling after the first couple of days of playing Modern Warfare 2, and with the movement feeling just weird and kind of clunky, like all the other old Call of Duty games multiplayer before the advanced movement, I don't know. I just feel like sliding and slide canceling, it's been in all the other Call of Duty games. I went back and I played all the advanced movement ones like BO3, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare. I played like basically all of those, and all of them had slide canceling to a extent. Some of them, the slide canceling wasn't as good. Some of them, it wasn't bad. Some of them, it was amazing. Like BO3. BO3 had amazing slide canceling. I just don't think a lot of people really took advantage of it back then. Like, they just kind of were like, okay, you can cancel your slide, you know? But it is amazing. And it's something that a lot of people, I think, really enjoy. And, you know, obviously, if they're going to keep it in multiplayer, I think they should do it in a mode-based thing where, you know, your slide can be canceled, right? It's really not, it cannot be that hard to make it so in some modes, if you press a button, the slide canceling works, and in some modes it doesn't. Like, I think in casual modes there shouldn't be slide canceling, but in CDL, for example, there should be, because CDL is about skill, movement, you know, aim, and if you take all those into effect with the slide canceling, the movement, and the being able to aim, right? I think it makes CDL so much more competitive, but it will also drive more people to that CDL scene, because I do know a lot of people loved what's it called, CDL, Vanguard CDL, and when it first came out, obviously, and because it's kind of dead now, and Cold War CDL, I know a lot of people like that as well. So, because I think they were just competitive. You know, you go into a game and they were competitive. And there's a lot of Call of Duty players that like competitive games, and it's not like the old CODs where you could just hop into a search and destroy game and it'd be like the most competitive thing you've ever played, right? The Call of Duty is just not like that anymore. So I think CDL, there should be slide canceling, and multiplayer there should not be. But that's just my opinion. That is not something that we know for a fact. That is kind of just something I'm throwing out there. In regards to this whole slide canceling and movement, shenanigans that is still going on in the community right now. So that's going to wrap up today's video, guys. If you guys did enjoy, like I said, please smash that like button and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. It means the world. It helps out so much, more than you guys know. And with that being said, peace out.